Hey there, everybody. It's your girl, Nick, and this is another fantastic. I already know it's fantastic because I know my Bo sisters. Welcome to another edition of Bo Knows Business, our podcast. I am your host, Nick. I have the just amazing, blessed honor of being the founder of the Bo Collective. We have brought together the nation's top entrepreneurs, top 1% entrepreneurs, and they happen to be Black women. Today is no exception. What we do here is we give the story, the journey, perseverance, and pure awesomeness of our Bo sisters. And prayerfully, you will get some amazing tips and strategies about your business and life. We're going to call to the stage one of our newer, amazing sisters. We just were in Charleston together. She is brilliant. She is badass, just all around joy. Miss Chanel Christoff Davis.
Hi,
Hi,
Nick.
babe. How are you?
I'm so excited to be able to play in the sandbox with you today.
Honey, yes. Listen, I tell my audience every week, and it's true without fail, that this time together is such a blessing because I love connection. I'm a storyteller by heart, and whether I've just met you or I've known you for 30 years, which I did. One of our Bo sisters, I always learn something new. I hear some pearls of wisdom and inspiration, and I'm just so proud to be your Bo sister.
I am too. I'm happy we're both sisters. We're both sisters in sorrow. So
Yes, absolutely. So you got the bow on and you're red, girl. I should have changed out my my jacket. So listen, all right. So we're going to get started. We do this just the same way every time, and today is no exception. First, we go back to the first chapter of your life. You as little Chanel. We want to know, what were you like? Where were you raised? Tell us your family upbringing. What was little Chanel like?
so I was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Mm.
My entire family is in Louisiana and really close to the New Orleans area. I am the baby of three girls. So my
Okay.
sisters are older. They're like 6 years older than me. So I'm like the super baby. And I was very much studious, a super nerd. Um, I was identified early in my educational career as being gifted. I
Mm-hmm.
was always number one in my class. In fact, I started school a year early
All right.
and I graduated a year early. So I just was always an overachiever.
Mhm.
Like every kid has like a role in the family.
Yes.
My role was the studious kid,
Well,
right?
that's so funny because usually they say, I mean, if you go by these things, the oldest has the role, the mid and the youngest, and usually it's the oldest. You sound like the oldest child in a lot of ways. Is that true that you have some of those characteristics?
I am absolutely.
Uh,
It is, our roles are somewhat flipped in that way.
Oh
Um,
wow.
a lot of times I am relied upon as if I'm the oldest.
Hmm.
I think it's because they're twins. So they
Oh,
kind of
I
had,
didn't know that. Okay.
you know, combined role kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and, I was the first in my immediate family to graduate from college. I just
Hmm.
did a lot of firsts. And I just really leaned into being a super studious kid
Yeah.
because there was a lot of value
Hmm.
my family placed on that. Like
Yeah.
I was very much a light was shone on me. You're like, oh my God, this kid, like
They can
Chanel,
do.
get a
Yes.
book, watch her read. Like she's amazing.
Oh,
So they really got
so affirming. You were affirmed for being good, affirmed for the studiousness, right?
my mother absolutely loved it. I mean, that just lit up her life. So of course, reinforcement. right?
Absolutely.
Doing
Absolutely.
more, right? And
Absolutely.
um, so yeah, she got a lot of self esteem from going to school for me, and,
Yes. Yeah.
on the program. She told me recently, she said, Chanel, you were the valedictorian of your kindergarten class, which is hilarious, right? Because in New Orleans, you graduate from kindergarten. It's a thing.
I
And
I did too, girl. That's so hilarious.
yeah,
But they do. They you
cap
plant
and gown,
seed
everything.
very, very early, right? I
Yes.
love it. I
So
love
I
it.
was I was a valedictorian, so I had to give a speech. And so I'm on the stage. I think we were in the church, and they were like,
Mhm.
Chanel's the valedictorian, come Chanel. So they gave me a microphone. My mama said I was so loud that they were like, take the mic from her, take the mic. She don't need it. Like, cause I was like blasting. I memorized my speech. I want to inspire.
Girl, at
Five,
5, at
five.
5. So I thought I was bad. I got one for you. So that was me in 8th grade. So I was Catholic school, kindergarten to 8th grade, and I was a valedictorian of my 8th grade class. And on the little refrigerator magnets, right? We had the poem "Don't Quit."
Uh-huh.
And I don't know why I was like, my mom was a motivator too, but she just got it from somewhere. Girl, I memorized
Yeah,
that speech. I was telling them little knuckleheads, don't give up, though the
I
pace
love it.
seems slow. I mean, girl, and
I
I
love
think
it.
I was the only one that listened. I was like, I am very motivated with my little life.
Yes, that was me. I was the kid on Friday
Oh,
evenings doing homework. Like they're like, you can take a break. Like it's
I
Friday.
love it.
You
I
know, so,
love it. This
yeah.
is well, the audience is going to be so excited. Well, I'm very excited, but just knowing like that's the first pearl of your necklace that you had that positive affirmation
Yes.
from your family. I will tell you, with all of your Bo sisters who have done the podcast, whether they had somewhat complex childhood. I don't say difficult or easy, but different challenges. There was some source of motivation
Yes.
very, very early,
Yes.
right?
My
That
mom
was a
was
value.
my mom was absolutely that person. She was my loudest cheerleader. And, she was a little mini entrepreneur as
Mm,
well.
mhm.
Because we owned like a Creole cottage behind our home.
Tell
A
me more. Tell
a
me what that.
duplex. It was a duplex, 2 apartments
Okay.
behind our
Mhm.
actual home. So we had
Okay.
tenants. We had tenants. We, collected rents. So
Yeah.
I was always with my mom when she was negotiating with different contractors to repair something in the apartments. Or, I went with her, tagged along when she filed her income tax return, and she showed me,
Yeah.
see, Chanel, you keep all your receipts for the
Yeah.
repairs. These are
Yeah.
deductions. And I'm listening like, okay, those are the
Mhm.
I'm like soaking it all up. I'm like
This
really
is
into it.
so I love it.
So
I love it. I love
yes,
it. I love
she
it.
didn't know she was planting those seeds, and she
And
thought,
those are the best,
yeah,
right? She didn't push it on you. She's just sharing. Well, I love our mothers, our grandmothers. Those wisdom gems, the things that they have just learned in life.
yes,
Because for every story they told you, there was probably a story they didn't where they learned the lesson in the first place, right?
exactly, exactly. So yeah, I was
Yeah.
a tag along. I was her sidekick, and I always had little mini businesses where I wanted to make my own money. I was
Oh.
the precocious kid harassing my different neighbors, asking them if I can come in and sell them insurance, fake insurance. It wasn't real, but I'm gonna come in and sit down and
Right.
explain this policy. They're like, Chanel, come on in here. That
I
girl's always selling something, So
love it.
that was
Girl,
me.
you didn't have time for the like. I know the kids that sold candy on the buses
That was me.
and maybe did some hair. Girl, you was selling life insurance
I was selling
policies.
life insurance policies, filling out fake forms. I was also the Rice Krispie treat kid at
Yes,
school. So I
yes.
sold Rice Krispie. I was always trying to figure out a way. How do I make
To
money?
get that money, girl.
Yeah, I want to make some money.
That is
And
well, what school, what college did you go to? So that is so brilliant. We have such a clear, vivid picture of your childhood. So I'm sure you had like so many choices for college. Tell us where you landed, and then tell us your first career selection choice?
Okay. So I stayed home through college. I had a full scholarship for college, and I studied accounting,
Mhm.
and did extremely well in accounting. It's funny because in elementary school, I was really good in math. But
Uh-huh.
somewhere along the lines, I forgot that. Like
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
kind of. I went to a magnet high school, like one of
Mhm.
the oldest traditional, the first Black high school for minorities in New Orleans. I attended, so it's a magnet college prep school. But I don't know. In high school, I just kind of lost that passion for
Yeah.
math. I just kind of forgot.
Mhm.
Well, honey, I took my first accounting class. Just
Oh my
just really
gosh.
with my boyfriend at the time, husband
Yeah.
now. Didn't have a major. And he was like, well, why don't you take, intro to accounting with me? I'm gonna be an accounting major. I think you should, try intro with me. I said,
Yeah.
okay, well, I don't have a major, so I'll come hang out with you in accounting. Honey, first test, 100.
You loved it.
Test 100. Third test 100. So everybody like, how are you doing this? It's like a
Right.
magic trick because they're failing. All
It's
the other
still
kids are making 50s and 60s, and they're
oh.
begging for a curve. Can you take us on a curve?
You'd be like, nope, nope,
They're
nope.
like, no, the professor said Chanel made 100, so we can't have a curve. They're like, ah. So that's when the light bulb moment went
That's
on. I'm like,
hilarious.
oh wow, I'm really good at this. Like I can
Yeah.
see numbers in a way that other
Yeah.
people can't see. Like
Yes.
visualize
Yes.
patterns.
Isn't that great?
So I graduated with top of my class in accounting.
Mhm.
I was the number one accounting student and was highly recruited in New Orleans. But I decided, because I started the student chapter of the National Association of Black Accountants on my college campus to give other opportunities to other Black students, because I was getting a lot of attention. I was
Yeah.
invited to every social at my professor's home, but I was the only Black person there. And I'm like,
Mhm.
this is not fair. Like,
Right.
there's
Mhm.
other Black accounting students. So I started
Yeah.
NABA, and NABA took us to Dallas for
Wow.
a conference to find
Yeah.
internships. And I
Yeah.
decided to move to Dallas after college. So my first job was at PricewaterhouseCoopers. It's a
Okay.
national accounting firm,
Yeah.
and did financial audit, and was promoted to senior, then moved to Verizon, and then
Mhm.
started my firm. Like I only worked outside of my company 5 years out of college.
Wow.
And
Wow.
very, very young, my husband and I
So
both.
what so with making that leap to entrepreneurship after all of the stability. So, we all have stereotypes. I'm thinking accounting, you really, you want that structure, the numbers got to work, every month you're going to get this. What was the catalyst to entrepreneurship for you?
Well, I think clearly I had an entrepreneurial spirit from day one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I met my husband, and he
Uh-huh.
was the same. We
Yeah.
were always trying to find a way to fix a problem, address an issue. We started the student chapter of NABA. Like we were always problem solvers. We were
Yeah.
always, that was just in the back of our head. And in corporate America, I just didn't fit. It was not a
Yes.
good fit
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I
Did you have any specific challenges?
Yes.
Because obviously the, and well, I listen, we are a generation, it's very mercurial, right? We're a little after civil rights, we're a little affirmative action, we like it, we don't. And so I make no judgments on, maybe you didn't have any negative experiences as a Black woman in
Oh
corporate
my
America.
gosh. Listen,
She's like, girl, bye.
my ultimate goal was to become a partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers. That was
Mhm.
absolutely my goal.
Yeah.
And I'm in the firm trying to start ERG groups for the African
Yeah.
Americans. That's
Yeah.
before ERG
Yeah.
was a term.
Even a thing. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no one even knew what that was. And I'm like, I think we need to have an affinity group. I probably didn't use that word, but
Mhm.
I was always trying to organize and gather and
Yeah.
bring, people together.
Yes.
And there was just no space for that, to be honest. I was
Mhm.
ahead of my time, really. And I just felt like my real leadership skills weren't being
Yeah.
utilized. The,
Yeah.
the choice projects or engagements I wasn't being placed on. I thought I was, I deserved better. And, pretty much they had identified in my start class was 23 accounting grads. They pretty much identified who was going to be a partner.
No, it's true. It
We
was
do.
same with
I
the
mean,
law firms.
it
Same with
was
the
so
law firms.
obvious. Like they were
Yeah.
getting invited to golf with the partners. They were going to the partners' home. They weren't really shy about it. So I knew that I wasn't on the partner track. And I just had a lot of big ideas, and I had no space in corporate America to actually make them happen. So that was why, I wanted to strike out and do my own thing and start my own firm. And I always thought that, with accounting background and with the background that I had acquired in those 5 years, I can always get another job. If I started a firm and it failed miserably, getting another job is not a problem in accounting. So I just felt like it was worth the risk.
Yeah. Yep. No, I feel that. I remember one of our both sisters, she used the phrase psychologically unemployable. I was like, wow, that's why we're entrepreneurs. There is something in the DNA, that leadership, that wanting to see the thing out in mass. And you just know it's a personality trait. It's a character trait. And instead of trying to deny it or squelch it or fit in,
yes,
you
I
just
do it. I mean, literally, I was like a freshman staff person, and I created and launched our first clothing drive at PricewaterhouseCoopers. I'm going from partner to partner's office collecting business. Like I did this on my own. Nobody asked me to do this.
Exactly.
So I brought Dress for Success into the firm. I brought NABA into the firm. Like I did all this stuff on my own esteem. I just wanted to, I just was a leader. It just came naturally to me. So when I created my own firm, I was able to do all the things that I wanted to do outside. Like we've been doing the suit drive for the past 10 years. Which I started at PricewaterhouseCoopers. We support NABA. We mentor African American, accounting students. I bring in, young accounting and tax talent to mentor and work under us. So all the things that I wanted to do, I finally got to do.
So I love this. So now I'm going to be a straight like potential customer, because as a business owner, so now our audience knows that tax is your jam, leadership is your jam, but tax is your specialty. They are entrepreneurs. They are looking, you are an asset for two reasons. Number one, you have scaled your company, and there's a lot of lessons in that. I want to ask you a question about what was a critical decision that catapulted your company in the way that you have, number one, but also one of the biggest team members that any business needs is their accountant. So let's start with that first. Tell us about your practice and tell us how you help small businesses, and then circle back on how you really were able to scale your business over $1 million.
So our firm, Davis and Harmon, we are the largest woman and minority owned sales tax advisory practice in the nation. So we help companies within any state deal with their local state taxing authorities. So in Texas, it's the Texas State Comptroller's Office. In New York, it's the New York Department of Revenue. In California, it's the Board of Equalization. So every company that's collecting sales tax or interacting with sales tax in any way, we're the middleman. So if a state calls you, they want to come in and audit your books for sales tax to see what you've collected and what you've remitted. Because when you collect that money, you can't keep it. You're supposed to send it to the state. You are right. You can be audited for that. They come in and audit your books. Okay, let's see what you collected over the past 12 months or past 4 years. This is what you submitted. the difference. What's up with the difference, right? So
Yeah,
we're the
yeah,
middle person. We're the person that sits between the state and our clients. So our role is to advocate for our clients, to protect them so that they won't lose their business or lose their company. States can be more aggressive than the IRS. They can seize your money. They can take the money directly from your bank account. They
yeah,
can come and lock your door and take your cash register. They're very aggressive. So our role is to educate our clients so that they won't find themselves in an enforcement issue,
yeah,
and also protect them and advocate them if they're ever audited. And we
yes,
also work to find them refunds. So, if you overpay sales tax, we can get that money back for you.
yeah, yeah. No, that's huge. Now, I have been just waiting to like get you in the corner and be like, girl, okay, this is my situation. So no, but your firm tends to deal with large businesses. I have never, and I've been in business 20 years, I've had so many accountants, and I always feel like it two things. I never really get the advising, I get what I've requested. And the peril of that is if you don't know what to request, then so I understand that. Do you work with small
I
businesses?
do. I
And do you
do.
do I know you specialize, but you had like we have a lot of government contracting attorneys in I mean government contract businesses in the boat. Do you provide an array of financial services, or are you specialized accounting services?
So we are very specialized and very niche.
Mm-hmm.
We fall under the umbrella of transaction tax. So if you think
Yeah,
of property taxes or sales
yeah, yeah,
tax,
yeah.
anything involving a transaction, business to business,
Uh-huh.
that's where we sit.
Okay.
So CPAs traditionally, they're focused on income tax. They're focused
Yeah.
on the income you earn in the IRS. We focus on transactions. So, like for
Mm.
example, one of our clients is the largest retailer in the state of Texas. So we're
Mm-hmm.
downloading all their sales transactions, and we're
Mm.
analyzing all that data to
Wow.
figure out whether or not did you collect the right tax? Did
Yeah.
you collect too much? Did you collect too little?
Yeah.
Right? And we are
Yeah.
returning in a year, we could return millions, hundreds of millions back to
Do
our.
you question? Sorry, guys. This is my interview. I am asking my questions. I know this may not be relevant, but girl, this is good. Somebody,
Yes,
this is gonna help. Um, Transactions, professional services. It
yes,
seems like sales, you would only work with businesses that provide products. Um, do
that's a
you
good question.
deal with, huh?
That's a good question. So there are enumerated services
Okay.
based on the state that are taxable. For
Yeah.
example, you may have a Dropbox service. You probably have QuickBooks Online. That's considered software as a service. It's in the cloud, right?
Yeah.
Netflix is a
Yeah.
service. It's a
Uh-huh.
streaming service. It's
Streaming
in the
service.
cloud somewhere.
Yeah.
All those services are taxable.
Wow.
So just because it's a service,
Mm-hmm.
right? And even in the state of Texas, janitorial service,
Yeah.
landscaping service,
Mm-hmm.
taxable in Texas. So just because
Mm.
it's a service, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not supposed to collect sales tax. And a lot of companies, and it breaks my heart, they've been in business for 15 years, and they'll call us and they'll say, we have a notice that we're being audited
Oh
for sales tax.
no. Yeah.
Someone told us, or they acquired the company from someone else and they didn't collect sales tax. So
Yeah.
they just kept doing what the owner did previously.
Yeah.
We have to be the
Oh,
ones to say, oh,
yeah.
you were
Those
supposed to collect sales tax.
are
So
hard.
those
Those
are
are
hard conversations to have.
But I'm so glad you're out there
Yeah,
fighting a good fight, girl.
yeah, so we help medium-sized, small-sized businesses. We help, Fortune 500 companies. We started our business for middle market because we
Yeah.
would go out and half the time they had no idea what sales tax was, and they were interacting with sales tax every day.
Yeah.
They would get
Yeah.
audited and sometimes lose their business. So we were
Oh,
like, okay, there's a void in the marketplace. We need to step up and help. So
good
that's why
for
we
you.
started our firm.
Good
Yeah.
for you. So I told you this was going to happen. We are literally at 25 daggone minutes. And I'm like, I want to go a whole nother. This is you're
I,
just
I
a
will share
wealth.
one thing. You want to
Yes,
know what
because
was
we
the
gonna
one
we
thing I
gotta we gotta talk about the bow too. So we
talk
look,
about?
we gonna just run, girl. We gonna run with it. We take an artistic license
Okay.
with this. What did you want to say? And then I'll ask you about the bow.
You asked me what was the one thing we did that I could personally say
Yes,
scaled our business and
yes,
changed the
yes,
face
yes,
of our
ma'am.
business.
Yes.
That one thing that we did was we stopped hiding behind our business, behind our brand. Yes.
Wow.
It used
Good
to
for you.
be
Yeah.
that when you came to our website, you see a picture of a courthouse steps because
Yeah.
book-wise are legal. You
Yes.
see like some random folks sitting at a
Right.
conference table, and you're like, "Who are these
Can
people?"
I pause you? I do branding for my customers. I looked at somebody's website and I said, and they were a black couple, beautiful black couple, but they put a stock image of a black couple. Do you know I see that same black couple 37 times on 37 websites of people of color that do not feel comfortable showing
Yes.
their faces?
We always thought, and we were trained this way
Yeah.
in public accounting, that we should not be the face of our business, that you
Mm.
should lead with your expertise and with your knowledge. And we had a double stigma that
Yeah.
we didn't want to turn away clients because
Yes.
they come to our website, find out that we're African American, and they wouldn't
Right.
give us a chance. That
Yes.
was our thinking.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
It
we
was
were
the
mentored by
opposite.
Toyota
Yeah.
Motor Corporation for a year, and they ripped our website to shreds. I walked in thinking my website was the bee's knees. They were like, "Who are these people? Like, your
These
team is
people.
actually attractive. Like,
Yeah.
your capability statement is what your website should look like. Like,
Yeah.
do
Yes.
all this over again." They're like,
Mm.
millennials don't trust companies if they go to your website and they
Mm.
see a stock image. You're
Yeah.
losing credibility. And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Are you sure?" They're like,
Yeah.
"Yes." I changed my website and it has completely transformed, changed our branding. If you go to my LinkedIn page, you see my partners and I on the top of my LinkedIn
I sure
now,
do.
my
I
business
sure do. And
card,
I love
my
it. I
face
love
on
it.
it. Yeah,
I love it.
we stop hiding. We stop hiding.
Stop hiding. You know what? I love that. I part of my, you know, superpower is I love branding. I love creating a personality for a business. I love telling branding stories. We have so much content out there. People want to connect with you. They
Yeah,
want to know, like, and trust you. You know, I say that all the time. And how can I know, like, and trust you when you're hiding your whole identity from me, right? And it also shows that you have to have tremendous confidence that what is for you, who is for you, the business is for you, that you will, it's like a relationship. If you're hiding when you're dating, you gonna get
right now,
divorced because they
right
don't
now.
know who you really are.
And
So and that's
like
a
attracts like.
yes,
Authenticity attracts authenticity. We've gotten
that's
so much
wonderful.
feedback from our clients that they love our website. They love our branding.
That is
And we would
wonderful.
have, I look at my business partners, we were like, who knew? They wanted
Who
to know
knew?
who we were. We thought we
Oh,
were tax people. Like that was the most important thing. And
I
it
love
wasn't.
it.
It
No,
wasn't.
but guess what? We are so vulnerable, particularly as people in the world dealing with taxes as adults. That's one of the scary dentists and probably taxes. Like those two things scare people. So you definitely, I'm so glad you got that great advice. That's perfect. So now I want to close out this brilliant interview. So wonderful, so helpful. I feel like I know you better, and just what a brilliant spirit you are.
Thank
Tell
you.
us about the collective, what it means for you. I know that it has been a relatively short period of time, but how has your experience been, and what are your hopes, not only for your business, but for this organization?
So I thought about that question. I knew you were going to ask it. So I really took time and thought about it. So I do a vision board most years. 2018, I did a vision board. And right in the middle of the vision board, it says, a mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside yourself. So one of my heart's desires was to have a community of like-minded people that I would be able to receive mentorship and advice and just have a connection on a deeper level. I have mentored scores of women entrepreneurs, either they're in a startup phase or they're stuck in their business, they can't get it to the next level. So I'm constantly giving to others in that way. But I just felt like I didn't have that for myself. I'm like, well, where do I go when I have a burning question or something and I can't get it from my inner circle close by? Because in my inner circle, I'm the only entrepreneur, really.
Okay.
So, and as I grow and scale my business to new levels and really to new heights, the rooms are changing. The conversation is changing. Right? Like we're starting to have $1 million, multi-million dollar, even $1 billion conversations.
Yes.
And you kind of need to talk to like-minded people to bounce things off from time to time. So for me, that was my desire for Bo. I yearned for Bo before Bo even existed. How about that?
I love it.
Bo was on my vision board in green. The quote is in green. How about that?
Oh my goodness.
Bo even existed.
Oh,
so when I saw you guys on the cover of the magazine, I was like, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. And a case in point is I'm doing a little writing. I put out to my local network here close to me, if anyone knew book editors, anyone, agents, anyone, authors. I got nothing. I put it into the Bo chat and got 20 hits. I was like, oh my God. They were like, oh, I wrote a book. Let me tell you, what you trying to do? I'm trying to get, what are you? I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, a plethora. It's been beautiful, Nick. It really has. I've met with my mentor, Dr. Barbara. She is phenomenal. So, I mean, I can already see, like you said, it's early, but I can already see the fruits that are going to come from the Bo.
I'm so grateful. So you are a giver, and there's nothing better than when a giver is restored in some way, replenished, so that you can do the work that God, I believe, has assigned for you to do. But we are not at an endless supply. We need nourishment. We need water and sun. And I'm so happy that Bo can be that for you. We're really blessed to have you. Let me leave you with the last word. How can our audience stay connected with you?
So I'm very active on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is Chanel Christoff Davis, of course. My Instagram, you can see more about my firm at Sales Tax Help on all social handles. And my personal Instagram is Christoff Davis Art. But you can look up Chanel Christoff Davis. I paint as well. That's why I have art in my name. But Christoff Davis Art on Instagram. So I'm pretty active on Instagram as well.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. You poured into me.
Oh, good.
I know you poured into our audience, and I'm just so, again, tremendously grateful for your vision, for your commitment to the assignment that God has given you, and for you sharing with us today.
I'm so excited. This is fun.
Thank you. Guys, what I tell you, oh my gracious, my face hurts all the time because I have just been assigned to find these amazing spirits on this planet and connect them with you. I'm so grateful. Thank you for joining us yet again for the Bo Knows Business. Share this with your friends. I hope that you were as inspired as I was today by my amazing Bo sister. Come back next week and we'll share some more gems with you. Take care.